Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to try to figure out how to situate ourselves here to see everything. But since it's amazing seeing all of you here at this class, we are so excited. They told us maybe 15 to 20 max per class, and every class has been like this. So, so we are so excited that you wanted to come and hear just some adventures that are waiting for you in Tennessee. And just a short introduction, my name is Jordan Beard, and I live here in Franklin. I have 6 kids, and we have lived here for 25 years. So, Summer,
okay, sorry. Yes, my name is Summer Thacker. We have only lived here for 2 years, so I don't know why I'm up here teaching this, but we have loved Tennessee. We've been visiting for about 7 years. Our family and my husband and I have loved coming here, and he got a job transfer here a few years ago, and we're on an adventure, and it's been great. So,
okay, well, we're going to start out with some trivia, some fun Tennessee trivia. So, have a couple of questions for you. There might be a prize for 1 or 2 of these questions, but we want to ask, do you know what year the state of Tennessee became a state? Anybody
take a guess.
Guess?
47.
Close. There's a.
Any other guesses?
Yeah.
46.
1796. Tennessee became a state.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a lot of history. We have a lot of questions here. Okay, what Tennessee city is known as the birthplace of country music?
Oh, this is kind of a trick question.
This is a
No,
trick question.
it is not.
Charlotte.
No, it isn't Memphis.
It's
Charlotte.
No, not Charlotte.
No.
Bristol.
Bristol.
So if you have not
No
visited
one would
Bristol,
have thought that,
Tennessee,
right?
it might be on your list
Yeah,
because it's where the home of country music.
And they have a lot of Bristol, Tennessee. Wow.
I know they have a big festival there every year in Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah.
A big country music festival. So.
Okay, how many states border Tennessee?
Oh,
Yeah.
you were the.
You got it right.
Of all of our groups, you
Yes,
were the
you were
first,
the first
and only one that got it quick like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. What is the oldest town in Tennessee? Do you have any idea?
Yes! You got it right.
You got it right.
What's one?
No,
I
do
not need a prize.
Yes.
You do. We
What was
wait.
it?
What? Jonesboro, up on the way to Knoxville,
Uh-huh.
and these are all. These are all companies that are from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Goo Goo Cluster, Little Debbie,
Little Debbie.
RC Cola. Of course, there's Mountain Dew. There's several more, but what
your
would you
pick,
like?
RC
Would you like
Cola
RC
or-
Cola? We know you like your soda.
I do like my soda. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm gonna turn that down.
There you go.
This is probably worth something. This is like vintage.
It looks vintage, huh? That bottle.
Okay, let's see. And last question is, how many state songs does Tennessee have? Official songs.
5. Official? 3.
Official songs.
More? 10.
Wow.
11.
What?
And the song that we were listening to when you came in, Dolly Parton's Tennessee Mountain Home, is the newest one. It's the newest edition. So,
Okay, we have a prize for who has lived here the longest. Who has been here more than 25 years?
Oh
You're
my
kidding.
gosh.
yes,
Probably. Yeah.
collectively, your whole life. How many
Your whole
years
life.
have you lived in Tennessee?
Okay, 35. More than 35. More than. Keep your hands up. More than 40. More than 45.
Gail.
Okay, so that's all. More than 50.
Her whole life.
Gail and Beth.
More than 55.
How old are you?
What do you want? Cream pie?
Or a goo-goo?
Cream pies or goo goo?
Goo-goo.
Okay. Okay, now who's lived here the least? Who's our newbie? Who's like the newest Tennessean here? Who's been here 3 months or less?
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
3 months
or less?
Probably her.
Well, she was after me, so here we go.
On the floor.
1 month.
1 month?
1
year you've been here.
1 year?
1 year. Okay, anyone less than 1 year over here?
Maddie's a week after me, so she's
Okay.
Maddie.
my husband's favorite.
That's right. Perfect. That's right.
Okay, well, whether you've been here for a few weeks or you've been here your whole life, we all love Tennessee. And Tennessee is just filled with so many amazing things to experience and do. And so we have put together this little handout for you. We try to just break it down into categories. This
And
is
we
not
like
all
had to
of-
simplify this. We had so many things on our list and we kind of had to just pick.
This
our
is not
favorite.
all inclusive. So
Yeah.
you probably have an idea that's even better and, you know, a greater place to go to. And we'll have time to share at the end. So be thinking of the ideas as we go through. If you have something we haven't talked about, we'll have some discussion at the end of our class. So we are going to,
We're going to start, of course, with music. Because that is, I think, what makes Nashville kind of special and unique is the music
okay.
scene.
So I'm going to try to get back here so you can maybe possibly see. So,
Okay,
I'm gonna start.
the listening room. Who has not been to the listening room? Okay, the listening room is awesome. Bluebird Cafe, you guys have all heard and we all know the Bluebird Cafe. It's really hard to get into now. The listening room is easier to get into and it's a bigger venue and they have just as many great music acts. So if you don't know what a writer's round is, it's something that's really unique to Nashville and it's usually 3 people on the stage sitting on bar stools and they each take turns playing a song that they've written and they talk a little bit about the song and they all have amazing voices. They all should be country singers themselves. But
Is it a restaurant?
they do have food, so there's a food and beverage minimum. So the tickets are to get in $5 to $20 depending on who is there that night. And then they have a $10 minimum for food or drink. And the food is pretty good. So it's kind of a relaxing, it's fun. I like it better than going to a concert because you can go with people and chat over dinner and then you have the show going on and it's just,
And
it's
is
a
it
great
in
thing.
One thing that's great is they're going on all day long. So they even start at like 10 in the morning. So you could like 10, 12, 2, all the way up until 8:30 at night.
And that's in Nashville?
It's in
Nashville.
downtown Nashville.
It started here in actually downtown Franklin. If anybody remembers, it used to be in downtown Franklin and then it grew and moved to Nashville. So the listening room cafe is definitely a highlight. And then next we have the Station Inn. And they say sometimes the best music is at these little hole in the wall joints around town. And the Station Inn is a great place to listen to bluegrass. If you've never been, it's definitely a highlight, and it's definitely known to have had stars pop in and shut the doors and have private concerts. And so you never know who you're going to run into around town at these little places.
Okay, the next one's Fox and Lock. It was formerly Puckett's in Leapers Fork, the original Puckett's.
When you talk about these places, could you just say what city they're in?
City, yes.
Sure.
Okay, the Station Inn is in Nashville.
In the
It's
Gulch
actually
area.
In the Gulch. It's right in the center of the Gulch. And the listening room is in downtown Nashville as well.
Fox and Lock, formerly Puckett's, is in Leapers Fork. And I think the highlight of Fox and Lock is Thursday nights they have an open mic night. They used to be able to, you could just walk in. Now you have to take reservations. Since the new owners come, you have to reserve a table. But it's just musicians that sign up throughout the week. And then every Thursday night they go and perform. And you never know what you're going to get. There's a poet there that stands up and reads his poetry, which is kind of cool. There was the other night I went and there was the guy that just was playing the guitar as good as John Mayer. It was incredible. And then they just have people singing. There was a gospel singer that was amazing. And it's just a really fun place. They do have a minimum, kind of like the listening room, where you sit down and they serve you food. And I think it's a $10 food and beverage minimum too. But that is a really fun place to go, and it's quaint and small, and there's locals there. These Leaper Fork, if you go all the time, you see the same people there. They're at the bar, and they're there, and they all know each other. It's a really fun vibe and really good people watching.
What was the name of that?
That's called Fox and Lock. It's in Leapers Fork. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Okay, the next one we have is if anyone has heard of full moon pick'em parties. So where you can go to the Warner Parks and basically summer through the fall. So about 5 or 6 months a year, they have these pick'em parties where you show up and there's live music on a little stage, and then maybe over here next to the fence, and then over at the barn, and you can bring your food. They also have like food trucks available, but it's just a fun night out for your family.
It's really fun. It's not cheap. It's $25 a person. But if you bring an instrument, which my husband sneaks in, and he acts like he's gonna play the harmonica, but it's like $10 or $15. And sometimes he will, and I'm so embarrassed to trying to play with people. And I'm but It is, I think, free for kids
So that's in
or
Nashville.
$10, and it's in
It's in
Nashville.
Nashville, Warner Park.
And a little tip: if you go in May, June, or July, those are our favorite months to go. There's the fireflies are out, and it's kind of magical. It's
When it
really,
gets
really
dusk, the
awesome.
fireflies,
Yeah.
yeah.
So those are my favorite months to do a pick and party.
So, and then we had to put Robert's Western World. Summer and I talked. It's probably both of our favorite place on Broadway to go to. It's just an old Nashville place to hear great music. Brazilbilly is one of the guys that used to play there for a long time, and it's just really fun. So that's just representative of the wonderful places from Tootsie's to Robert's, all the going down. It's always.
I think this is the most traditional nowadays. Like it's the most old school kind of traditional.
Yes, traditional country. Okay. All right, let's get to food because we all know we love Southern food, right? South offers so many great options for food. And so we wanted you guys to sample a little bit of it today. And so we brought you the Loveless biscuits. But the Loveless is a great place to take people who are coming in from out of town. Everyone loves taking a photo in front of the sign. All the little shops around the restaurant as you wait for your table. They're fun to go in and out of the little gift shops. And
they have cornhole you can play. You can put your head in the little, you can be playing the guitar. It's fun for tourists to go get pictures there. And they have a little secret is they've opened up in the gas station next door a drive-through Loveless Cafe. And it's 5 minutes from my house, and it's really been a problem for me. Because I'm like, I'm just gonna go I made soup tonight, homemade soup. I'm just gonna go get a dozen biscuits for dinner, and it's awesome because there's not really a line there ever. But if you want to do like to go, that's a good option. But Loveless is fun. And
if you go the drive-through and then just drive up to the Natchez Trace right there. It's at the exit for the Natchez Trace. So it's in Nashville / Franklin. Is that how it's technically
like
Nashville
Fairview,
address,
Franklin, like right on the border. It's off Highway 100. If you're going from Nashville towards Fairview, right off of Highway 100. Kind of once you go through Bellevue, there's a little area of Bellevue right there, kind of over in that area. So, okay, 51st Deli. My husband's a foodie, and when we were planning this, he chimed in and we asked him his favorite place. 51st Deli is in the Nations over in West Nashville, and it's a deli, and he has been trying to find the best burrito. And he thinks he finally found the best burrito here at 51st Deli. They have great breakfast burritos and just burritos, bean and cheese burritos, but it's also a deli. They have a salad bar. They have some homemade desserts and pies, and it's pretty reasonably priced. And that's at 51st Deli is a great one. So it's in the Nations over in West Nashville. So
okay, and then we have Barbara's Home Cooking right here, and it doesn't look like much, but it's just this cute little house that is in Franklin over in the Grassland area. So Old Hillsborough Road and Hillsborough Road. It's kind of right there.
Kind of across from Grassland Middle School.
But it's just good Southern cooking. They're wonderful rolls. Everyone loves their rolls that they bring to the table. So it's a fun kind of unknown, off the beaten path place to go. Maybe not anymore. It's going to be crowded.
You do have to go online to make a reservation.
Now you have to make a reservation. Yeah. Okay, and then let's see what
Nolensville,
Beacon Light. Beacon Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the Beacon Light.
Beacon Light.
I don't know. Has anyone been to this place? And
It's
are the biscuits better than Loveless? Yes or no? The verdict is out.
I don't know.
Okay.
They're
Well,
just different enough. And
because apparently the story is that Loveless knocked off this place. This place was there first.
controversy.
Yes. So that's what somebody said. You like this one better?
Okay,
Somebody said that they like the
last
jam
class
better
they
there.
said
They said it's
they
more
have better jam.
syrupy.
So it's the battle of the jams.
Okay.
The jams and
Okay.
the biscuit.
So
Yeah.
this place is a little bit past Fairview, out there. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but apparently it's a really cool, quaint little spot.
No, it's right on.
It's
Yeah.
once you pass the little town of
Yeah.
Fairview, it's up a little ways, like 5 or
Yeah.
10 minutes, right?
That's
Okay.
right. But,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, which is a really pretty area too.
but it's right on the highway.
Okay, okay.
Okay, the next one on our list, we put down Nolensville International Foods. And so you might not, this might be a place you don't necessarily think about going, but my husband and I went with some friends about a week ago to this Odessa restaurant right here. But Nolensville has just a Peruvian place, a Mexican place. This place, Odessa, is Turkish Kurdish food. So if you are looking for an adventure in international food, this is the place to go. This particular restaurant has been written up in the Tennessean and lots of Southern magazines as the best Turkish food kind of in the South. There's also, we didn't put it on our list, but right across the street is the Plaza Mariachi. Has anyone been there? Okay, so Plaza Mariachi is like an indoor place with street food and Mexican restaurants, and they have dancing and shows, and it's apparently quite the party on weekend nights. But a fun thing to go to if you are
What was the
looking-
name of that one?
Plaza Mariachi. Mariachi. So, okay.
Okay,
And
the next one is Arnold's Country Kitchen. Has anyone been to Arnold's Country Kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay, isn't it great?
I've been many times. I
It's
take my
great.
family when they came
It's a
out of
great
town.
place to do. Yes, that's a fun
And they
spot.
had fresh peach pie that was.
You're
the best I had.
kidding.
It was
Oh, that
really
sounds
good.
so good. Okay.
Summertime.
Okay, so Arnold's Country Kitchen, a really quick little tip. I don't know if you've heard of the show Feed Phil. It's on, I think it's on Netflix. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can sing this song.
Oh, it's such a weird show. He goes around to all these cities in the world and finds the best little hidden gem foodie spots. And he does, and he was the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, that show back in the day. And he did a Nashville one, and it's really cute. Go watch it tonight if you have time or soon. But he goes to Arnold's Country Kitchen. Brian, my husband, he found it. He has been going there for a couple of years, but it's cafeteria style, like a meet and greet. And it's pretty reasonable. You get your little tray and you go down, and they have really good roast beef, and they have ribs, and they have casseroles and green beans. And,
Everything's made from scratch.
yes, everything's made from scratch, and it's pretty reasonable. Wouldn't you say about $10 to
Yeah.
$12 for a
Yeah.
good size?
You pick what
Lunch
you
or
want.
dinner?
If
Yeah.
you want extra green beans or
Yeah.
an extra bowl, then you.
Yeah, and it's sometimes they'll have live music there, which is nice too, and that's in downtown Nashville.
okay, the last one we have on local eats is the halfway market here in Franklin. And when we were talking to Jana Trossett, she said, you've got to put down halfway market. That's her favorite place. Her husband eats breakfast there every morning.
Wow.
5 days a week at least. That's what she said, right?
Yeah, no, she said every
So
morning.
if it's that good for Shane Trossett to go there every day, then we should all go try it out.
I've
But,
been there twice this week. I
okay,
went last Saturday and I went Thursday.
Oh my
and so
goodness.
it's known like breakfast and lunch. Breakfast and lunch primarily. But it's kind of like eating at your mama's kitchen table, you know, it's that kind of thing where you can ask them to, you know, make you an omelet out of, you know,
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want,
Kind
you
of
kind of
say,
made
I
to
want this and this, and they'll kind of say whatever.
that's a fun place to go. All right, so be thinking, I'm sure you have lots more restaurants, be thinking, because that's the end.
halfway market, that's where?
Halfway
In
market in Franklin. Downtown Franklin. Downtown, kind of where you register your car at the Williamson County Center. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we are so lucky to live in this gorgeous state of Tennessee with amazing outdoor adventures. And so we listed just some fun places to go. Most of these are just like a day trip. So the first one is Rock Island on the top right there, Rock Island State Park.
Did you know Johnny Cash has a song, Rock Island? You gotta play it if you go there on the way.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a
Play
good
it on
idea.
repeat the whole way. Rock Island,
That's a good idea.
it's a cool little town too.
It's a great little town that you can get like a little funnel cake and ice cream, but if you hike down to the water, your kids can jump the boulders and swim in the lake at the bottom of the waterfall. It's really fun if you've got some adventurous kids or yourself if you like to do that kind of thing. The next one is Fall Creek Falls, which is about an hour and a half-ish from here. That is just a gorgeous place if you want to go camping. It is gorgeous.
They filmed
They filmed some movies there, like The Last of the Mohicans. Have you seen that movie from years ago? That movie was filmed there. The scenery is just breathtaking. And then we put the Natchez Trace Parkway, which you can catch right down here off of Highway 96. Go up the bridge. Actually, go get your biscuits and then get on the parkway and then just
or put your
take the
name
drive.
in. That's what we've done a hundred times.
Yeah, that's smart.
You know,
Yeah,
you
good
put your name in
idea.
and then you take your
Yeah.
guests
Good
to,
idea.
yeah.
Good idea. Let's see. What do we have next? Oh, okay. Waterfalls, there's lots of waterfalls. We just listed a few of them, but Virgin Falls, Burgess Falls, Cummins Falls, there's all sorts that you can just Google where they're at in all different towns. Pretty much every town we mentioned, you can find a waterfall and a great hike to go to. Yes.
I like to say something on the list here. You forgot all the historic sites we have.
We have
We
that
have them
actually coming on the
They're
museum.
coming up.
They're coming under kind of museums. Yes, we will talk about
But those are something that's
We will
very
definitely do
special
that,
to
yeah.
Franklin for sure. We love those museums.
But some other fun parks. Has anyone been to Preservation Park in Thompson Station?
Yeah.
Okay, they say that's like the hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about that one, and so that's a fun park to go to. The Warner Parks in Nashville are wonderful. Smith Park in Brentwood, and then Radnor Lake in kind of Brentwood, Nashville, right there off of Granny White is a little hike around the lake that's perfect for kids, and just it's pretty flat, so it's a great hike for the family.
And they have other trails too. They
Yes,
are more
They
challenging.
do have more challenging, but yes.
Montgomery Bell Park.
And Montgomery Bell is a great one. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So be thinking any ideas. Feel free to share.
Okay, farm.
I'm gonna give a plug on that.
Yes, Bowie. Yes, tell us about Bowie.
Well,
Is it pronounced Bowie?
I say Bowie.
It's
Some
the
people
one in
say
Fairview,
Bowie.
right?
Say
Yeah.
Bowie.
I went for the
People say
first time a
Bowie,
couple
some
weeks
people
ago.
say Bowie.
Beautiful.
But we just completed, we're not totally finished, but we just completed about a $600,000 playground.
Woo woo.
And
Wow.
it is beautiful.
Wow.
That's
And
amazing.
so if you want to go out and walk the park, because there's a lot of trails that you can walk, and if you want to take your children and.
Okay, so Bowie State Park is in Fairview.
It's a nice park.
It
It
is really
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
Great walking
Yeah.
trails around there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know about the jungle gym.
It's
That's great for people with small kids. It's a fun day trip.
Well, you can do older too, because they have a climbing apparatus there now.
Really?
and-
Did you do that, Gail?
Huh?
Did you climb it?
Well, I didn't climb it, I helped raise the money. for it.
Well, you gotta climb it now.
Well, I've been out there, I haven't gone to the top of it,
Okay.
but I've played a lot with my kids out there, with my
Oh,
grandkids.
that's great.
How do you spell that?
It's like Bowie,
B-O-W-I-E.
It should be on
listed.
there.
It's on
If
there.
you're there. Yeah.
It's on there.
Okay, did you have a comment?
It's with preservation.
Okay.
If you like Mexican food,
Yeah, I sure do.
there's a good place in Charlotte on Highway 48.
Okay.
It's Don Chewy.
Gone
What's it
Chewy.
called? Gone Chewy?
Don.
Don
Don
Chewy.
Chewy.
I've heard
Don
of that
Chewy.
one.
I've heard
Yeah.
of that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don Chewy.
Okay.
Okay, everyone add that to your list. Don Chewy.
Okay, moving on to farms.
Okay, family farms. So, Hatcher Dairy Farm is the first one we have listed. It is just a fun family farm, great milk and ice cream and all sorts of things to buy and try.
There's a TV show.
Yeah, it's on the Disney
Yeah.
Plus. if
We
you
just
wanna-
watched it like a couple weeks ago.
And then
It's
you can
cute.
go out and
So
if you
the
tour,
Yeah.
they're the ones that are touring you, which is
So
really
watch the
cool.
show and then
Where's
take your
that at?
family.
That's in College Grove. And it's really hard to get reservations for it. So if you have family coming to town or people that might want to see it, try and book it ahead of time. But if you can't, then you can still go there and they have their little shop. You can kind of peek at some of the animals there and get ice cream and they have really good chocolate milk. It's a fun one.
Okay, then we have, we just listed a handful of farms that have offer a lot of the same thing, but Gentry's Farm here in Franklin is a great one. Lucky Lad Farm as well, they have lots of things for kids to experience and play in the corn kernels and that type of thing. And Bottom View Farms is similar to Lucky Lad. Bottom View is on the north side of town. It's in Portland, Tennessee, and they have great berry picking. So if you like to all the seasons, anything that's in season, they have a lot of you pick farms there. Then we have Arrington Vineyards here locally. So has anyone done Arrington Vineyards? So that's always just nice, beautiful scenery. A lot of people like to bring a picnic with their families.
They got live music too. So.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good.
that
Yeah.
is fun.
Friday night.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
heard it's great.
And then the last one we have on here, Summer and I haven't done it, but it's the Nunkaville Farms. If anyone has heard of it, it is a flower farm that you can pay for a tour and pick flowers, and you can buy food, charcuterie boards, and that would be a fun night out with your a date night with your husband.
Where's that at?
That is over, I believe it's over near College Grove area, but don't quote me on that. We'll have to look it up. We haven't been, that was the new one. So someone in the last class has gone to that.
There's another farm too called Iris Gardens.
Is that out by
It
in Fairview?
is.
And
It
do they
is
sell at that little
beautiful.
shop? Do they sell at the little Tennessee, that little shop? Sometimes they set up a stand, they have flowers, they do
might,
arrangements.
But they ship flowers all over the world.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And they have irises. I mean, like 150 different varieties of irises. And so
You can go, can you pick them? Or is it a pick farm or no? Or is it just,
I think you buy the bulbs.
you buy the bulbs?
Mm.
And they
Okay,
have
that sounds
peonies,
great.
too.
Are you guys
They're
in the same one?
beautiful.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, well, there's lots more farms that we can mention. And so if you have any ideas at the end, feel free to share. Okay, museums. We have so much culture here in Tennessee as well. The first on our list is the Tennessee State Museum. And it used to be, everyone would remember, it used to be under TPAC. And it has moved to its own building. It's free to go into.
So much better, the one that's not under TPAC.
Yes,
The new one.
it's so much better. So if you have in your mind the old one, it's not anything like that. It's a gorgeous building, a great museum.
It's really great for weddings too.
I've heard that. I've heard that. My daughter had her wedding there.
The farmer's market, which is pretty.
Yes.
It's right next to the farmer's market, and then right next to that is also the Bell Carillon. And a lot of people don't know about this, but there's a circle of these towers, and the towers are bells, and there's 95 bells that represent the 95 counties of Tennessee. And every 15 minutes, the bells chime and they play a song. So it might be the Tennessee Waltz, or it might be Rocky Top, and then on the hour it plays extra, like plays for 5 minutes instead of just one song.
And the view is like of the whole Capitol building, and it's beautiful.
It's really fun. Okay, the Frist Art Museum is our next one that we have listed, and they just have amazing exhibits that come periodically that they're always changing out. So that's a fun place to go. But for kids, if anyone has kids, they have a children's area that is a hands-on experience with art. That's incredible because they have an art project that goes along with whatever exhibit is in the gallery at the time. So that is a highlight. My kids have always begged me to go to the Frist and just go up and do art. So
Kids are free.
kids are free. Yes, you only have to pay if you're 18 and over, and it's only, I think, maybe $12 to get in. So it's a fun thing to do.
The National Museum of African Music. I've heard people are liking it more than the Country Music Hall of Fame. I've heard it's incredible. It's downtown on Broadway, kind of by the Apple Store, that new Apple Store, but I've just heard raving reviews about it. So
I think there's discounted tickets during Black History Month.
really?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Okay, so
Thank you.
February then.
Okay.
Coming up. Okay. And then we did have to mention all the historical homes on here. So we listed Carton, Carter House, Lott's House, as let's see, there's a lot of other ones too, but those are the few that we have mentioned that are right here in Franklin that are always just great if you have guests that come that love Civil War history. It's fun to just go and learn kind of what has happened right here on these grounds. And then Cheekwood. Cheekwood is a botanical garden. Has anyone here not been to Cheekwood?
I've lived here for 32 years.
Oh,
Okay,
you have to go.
We did this for you. You gotta go. Okay, you gotta go.
I was like not writing down the places that I've been, but I was like, oh, I haven't been to Cheekwood.
It's awesome. Go in October. I love October, like
Oh.
September, October, because they have all the pumpkins out.
Yeah.
And you can kind of walk, and there's still flowers. It's beautiful.
There's a million.
There's
tulips.
totally
There's the
in the
tulips,
spring. It's
yeah.
beautiful, and at Christmas time they have all the lights. But
So year-round.
yeah,
Every holiday.
but a hot tip is get a pass because it's $100 for the year, but you get 4. It's like 2 adults and 2 kids. But I think if you have younger kids, they're free anyways. But you can go
Because
every day if you
otherwise
want, or
it's
once
like
a month.
$20 or so to get in one time. So if you think you're gonna go more than once, just buy the family pass.
Yeah, it's a better deal.
They have this darling little train set that's all year long, and it's so sweet to take your kids down the path to follow the story of Thomas the Train, and then it's like a train going through this whole village, like a fairy village down there.
And they have like a turtle pond with turtles that are just fun to watch
It's
swim
really
around. That's
fun.
great.
And then quickly, we'll just hit on some other tours in downtown Nashville. Are the Ryman Auditorium tour. That's always a highlight. Have you've been? You love it.
It's awesome. Huh?
So
Uh,
much history.
The Olive and Sinclair chocolate that's made here. It's artisan chocolate, and they have a little shop, and you can watch them making the chocolate. They have a little tour, and the Hatch show print.
Do you guys
Right
know
downtown.
what those posters that you see they have in the Ryman and for concerts, these, you can go and tour. It's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. It's kind of in the building, but kind of over on its own, and it's $20. And we just found it about 8 or 9 months ago, but we've been taking people there, and it's really fun because I'm not going to tell you the history, but they did not start out making the concert and the Ryman posters, but they let you do your own, which is kind of fun, and then they'll take you to actually watch their workers that are trained. They have to go through a training program there to do it, and you can kind of see them making all of them, and it's a really fun tour. So
Can I give one more suggestion?
Yeah.
Because you were
yeah.
The Nashville Library has marionette puppets that they like make
Yes.
there, and they have puppet shows.
How cute.
Yes.
So that's on Friday and Saturday mornings, but they also have this really cool, I can't think of it, I'll look it up and let
Okay.
you know. But they
Yeah.
have a really cool puppet show that they do of country music.
No.
And
How
it's
cute would
free,
that
and
be?
they put it on like twice a year, and I think it's usually like July and December.
Okay.
And it goes through all the way even up to like Taylor Swift. They have the puppet of Taylor Swift.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Like
It's
it's really cute.
incredible.
And
That's
they do
so
it
cute.
at the Country Music Hall of Fame in
Okay.
the auditorium there.
Okay.
So
And that
the Hatch
auditorium
and
is
those,
really
like,
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
are pretty. You could just go to see those. You don't have to see the museum,
Totally.
and
Yeah.
it's all free.
That's
It is.
really cool.
So
It's a
I'll
good
look
tip.
it up and let you know.
Okay.
I don't know what it's
Okay.
called.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that puppet
Thank
is
you.
amazing. It's on the end of the list of the National Library. Has some great things. Okay, so we all like to go shopping, right? Especially this girl right here.
I like to bargain
She's
shop.
a bargain
I'm a
shopper.
bargain
She's a good shopper.
But it probably all adds that,
So
right?
this is we're calling this our steals and deals. So there's
You guys know Dirt Cheap probably, since you live out there, but that's one of my favorite stores. My husband's like, "Are you there then?" They have one in Madison area. They have one in Murfreesboro. They have one in Smyrna. They have them kind of all around. There's one in Fairview, but it is one of those places where you will either love or you'll hate. You'll walk in and go, "I can't do this. It's crazy," and maybe. Although the Fairview one has gotten very organized, I feel like.
I had to wash my hands out.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. You have to wash your hands out for sure. But it is, they get Target returns, Walmart, Home Depot, the like Old Navy Gap Banana group, and they just signed the Nordstrom account and are getting some Nordstrom returns,
Oh,
which
that's
is really cool.
good.
They're not
Wow.
sending a lot to Fairview. Clarksville, I heard, has the most,
in Murfreesboro.
and
Yeah.
Murfreesboro had some, but it's a hit or miss. Hidden gem type place. You can find bedding to home decor to shoes and clothes to a bathtub or a toilet.
But don't get scared
Yeah.
when you walk in.
Yeah,
Don't
it's a
get
little
scared.
like overwhelming and maybe not super clean, but I love it. Okay.
Okay, the next one we have on our list is right here in Franklin. It's Marty and Liz, and it's kind of the go-to if you want to find some shoes, some fun shoes.
They have really good quality shoes. It's like Nordstrom Rack, but I think a little bit better priced and better selection. But I'm all about, as I get older, comfy shoes now, like the, Clarks and all these. They have a lot of the good brands for like half of the cost. And it's just, it's hit or miss too. They get new shoes in
and
almost
so a
every
lot
day.
of them have been worn before.
Some of them have been worn, but a lot of them are brand new. So it's a great spot. They're playing gospel Christian music the whole time. It's a Christian company. It's great. Yeah. Let's see. Give me a 5. They have one in Dixon. Denise and I go a lot together on Saturday mornings. We meet and go out there. They have one in Madison, and it's right next to a Dirt Cheap. If you want to experience both, you can go to Madison.
So there's
And-
a Marty and Liz that has children's shoes
What?
in Murfreesboro.
Oh, in Murfreesboro?
What? Okay, that is a good tip. Did not know
That's a
about
good
They
that.
have children's ones there.
You're kidding. Okay. So give me 5. It's all the Amazon returns. And what happens is on Saturday mornings, they get everything in. That's usually the most crowded day.
Wait, you said give me a 5 is the Amazon return?
Amazon. It's all Amazon returns. And apparently people have found laptops or iPhones and you get in line. So Saturday mornings, everything's $5. Sunday, everything's $5. It goes down as the week goes on. So Monday it goes to $3. Monday and Tuesday it's $3. Thursdays, everything's $1. Fridays, 25 cents. then they reload on Saturdays with brand new stuff.
Yeah, in Hickman County, on Highway 46, Connecticut State, it's called Helping Hands.
Oh,
Helping
Helping
Hands.
Hands. Okay, that's
that
awesome. On where did you say that was? Highway 96.
Highway 46.
46.
Highway
Okay.
46.
In Hickman County.
Okay, and Hickman Camp. Perfect. Okay, and then we have
The Nashville Flea Market. Nashville Flea Market and Sarah Sells, kind of two different things. Nashville Flea Market is everything under the sun. If you haven't been there before, you can just meander for hours and hours. But that is one weekend a month. I think it's the third. Is it the third weekend a month? Third Saturday. Third weekend, Friday, Saturday.
I think it's a good place to find cowboy boots.
So that's a great place
for a
to
good deal.
if you're into antiques, or some people get furniture made there through certain vendors that come. But Sarah Sells is also another little tip here out in College Grove, and that is more home furnishings, decor, once a month sale, long line before they open, so get there early.
But the good thing is that you take it then and there. Like a lot of places you have to order it or it's back ordered. It's like been hard to get furniture lately, so this is a place you can get it right then and there.
There's a place that's Goodwill.
Yes.
Good, and the Dixon one is good?
I love Goodwill.
Okay.
The Goodwill and
Is it new furniture?
nice and it's clean.
Is it really?
It's like
Okay.
Deseret Industries.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's
Oh
so
gosh, you
good.
guys are
It's
tempting
very
me. I might have to
clean,
go there
it's
after.
very
That's a
nice.
good one. And the one here in Franklin is pretty good too.
Sarah Sells.
So
And then we
try both of
also,
those Goodwill.
Dixon has the Restore Store. Oh my goodness.
I've heard about
What
that.
is it called?
Restore Store, they fund
yeah.
all of the, Habitat
Habitat for
houses.
Humanity.
But they'll have kitchen cabinets,
That's what
they'll
I've
have
heard about that.
refrigerators,
Denise, do you
Yeah.
go
bed
there?
frames,
Have
the furniture.
Franklin.
Oh, they have one in Franklin
Yeah.
too. The same,
good.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
good tip.
And then Southeastern Salvage is in Nashville, and it's they get overages from. I mean, that you can get tile there, you can get mirrors and pictures and furniture. They kind of have it all, but they have a fun little area, a lot of outdoor pots and things like that. They have a little area right when you walk in if you need little gifts that are kind of fun. They get a lot of stuff from India brought in, and you can get them embroidered on site, which is kind of cool. So
And also another great outdoor is Gunnersburg.
it's called Gunnenberg.
Hot chicken, my neighbor.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Family owns it.
That is a good one.
Awesome.
Okay, we won't go into, we're kind of short on time, so we won't go into lots of details, but small towns to explore. This is one that we could have listed pretty much every town in Tennessee. There's so many great towns, but of course, we have Franklin Main Street, the Columbia Town Square, Nolensville Historic Downtown, their little street there, Lever's Fork Village. If you go to Lynchburg or McMinnville or Cookville, they all have historic little squares with fun restaurants and shops. So really all of these things that we list, you could pick a town, go and just walk and explore in and out, and you probably would find some hidden gems. Okay, you're so Nashville if ... That is a quote that I saw hung when we first moved here in 1997. We were at the Pancake Pantry, and they had a newspaper article that was hung behind the register. It said, "You're so Nashville if you waited more than 100 hours in line at the Pancake Pantry." So these are just, we listed out just some fun places to pop in and eat that are just, have been around for a long time. So you can look at those. Also, a fun You're So Nashville wild horse line dancing, and they have free classes.
And kids can go, teenagers, which is great.
Kids can go in there, and then we put down there steeplechase. It's just a fun horse race here that happens once a year in May. So
What's
lots of-
Satco?
Satco is San Antonio Taco Company. That is right across from Vanderbilt University, and just has been around forever. So everyone loves Satco.
Okay,
We'll
some
breeze
weekend
through
getaways, we'll just kind of breeze through these. Chattanooga, the Great Smoky Mountains, obviously the best times in the fall, in Gatlinburg. Muscle Shoals, Alabama is so awesome. I would highly recommend watching the documentary. There's a documentary, and driving the Natchez Trace all the way there instead of the freeway. It's a beautiful drive. And the most #1 hits ever written were recorded in this little town of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. It has tons of history. It's fantastic. Blue Ridge, Georgia. Lexington, Kentucky, the Biltmore Estate, and Memphis. Those are some
So
ideas.
just some highlights.
If you go to Lexington, go to the horse track, Keeneland.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Beautiful
that's
way to drive. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
really
that's
really
really
cool.
cool. Okay, we are really running out of time, but just to hit holidays and festivals, this is another one that the list could have had 100 plus on the list, but we just hit some highlights. For coming up for the holidays, Dickens Christmas in Franklin, and then the Franklin Theater, they're showing It's a Wonderful Life and lots of Christmas shows.
But get your tickets
early
because they're selling out already.
Christmas in Columbia, they have a tree lighting ceremony and parade. The Leapers Fork also has a Christmas parade. Then we've had to put, of course, the CMA Festival in the summertime. Everyone knows about that. Two kind of unknown festivals you might not have heard of is the National Storytelling Festival. And my sister and I used to go years ago for a few years in a row. But it's just a fun, they put big tents and tens of thousands of people come and hear storytellers from all over the world. So that's a fun one. And then the National Banana Pudding Festival was highly recommended.
Where's that?
Google it. We don't know. We were told about it and we want to go. We're like, okay, that's Centerville. Do you know about it?
Centerville.
Yes.
Okay, tell us.
Oh, Centerville.
Centerville.
It's in Centerville. It's the first weekend of October every year. It's to raise money for nonprofits. And this year we raised $49,000 for nonprofits.
Way to go.
That's
It's
amazing.
kind of a crazy thing, but people come from all over. It's amazing.
There are thousands that come, and
You're
they have the
kidding.
National Banana Pudding Cook-Off, and
Okay, and wear your
Next
stretchy
year.
pants.
Yeah.
Right?
we have music.
That's so fun. Okay.
Okay, Southern hospitality. These are just fun items that are made in Tennessee. When you have out-of-town guests, it's nice to put together a little Southern hospitality welcome to Tennessee, and you can include some of
And
these
we kind of
items.
did that for the prizes, like the Goo Goo clusters, the moon pies. Take a moon pie on your way out, by the way,
Yeah.
too. If you don't like them, give it to your friend, kid, husband.
Yes. Okay, tourists in your town. These are like the quintessential Nashville. Everyone likes to go to the Grand Ole Opry or to Opryland. Sometimes they like to take pictures at all the murals around town. The Country Music Hall of Fame, the pedestrian bridge to get a great view of the city, and then the 12 South area.
Okay.
Was that our last?
Yes, that's it. Okay, really quick, day trips. The Amish countries are so fun and cool to go to. The Kentucky one, they're about equal distance from here. There's one in, right here in Etheridge area in Tennessee, or there's Scottsville in Kentucky. And if you are on your way there, you might know about this, Denise. Do you know the Buffalo Gals barn quilt in Kentucky? Well, that's something you need to put on your list. That's kind of in that area, so that could be a fun day trip, but these barns you can kind of go in and out of. The Mammoth Cave National Park, Huntsville U.S. Space and Rocket Center, Caney Fork or Duck River canoe trips are very fun in the summer, and the Cumberland Caverns.
And really quick, in 30 seconds, for your little kids, we already kind of mentioned the Nashville Library, kind of their story time, the puppet show, the marionette show. Cumberland Park has this great splash pad that you can take your kids for free and just play. Leapers Fork in the summertime has a lawn chair theater.
That is still going on.
A projection movie. Okay, good. And so they do it it's either Friday or Saturday night. It used to be Fridays. I think they changed it. There's a drive-in movie theater in Watertown, and there also is one down in Columbia. I can't remember the name of it. It closed. That
I don't know if they may have gotten new owners.
I think they did, because somebody said they went recently, and maybe they reopened it.
And then,
It's kind of right outside of Columbia, Highway 50.
It's called the Highway.
okay, so
Highway 50 drive-in.
Centerville has the Pink Cadillac Drive-In Theater. And then the zoo, the Adventure Science Center, and Belmead Historic Site is always a fun.
So really quick, we're out of time, but is there any food place or anything that we need to know about, everyone needs to know about?
So our personal favorite Mexican is here in Franklin. It's Garcia's. We get the carne asada and the steak.
Okay,
Garcia.
It's over there by,
Okay, light show at Bowie, and then
The closest waterfall is Old Stone Fort, and it's pretty
oh yeah, that is a really good one.
Okay, Old Stone Fort.
Okay, well, thank you.